Hare Krishna. Summary of Canto 3, Chapter 26, Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Devahuti asked Kapila about Bhakti, Jnana and Yoga, and Kapila explained about Bhakti, and his mother was fully satisfied with that. Although Bhakti is supreme and without Bhakti, Karma, Jnana and Yoga cannot give results of Swarga or liberation, a person engaged in Bhakti is also very inquisitive about Karma, Jnana and Yoga. So Kapila will discuss Jnana, which is Sankhya, which means the manifestation and characteristics of the elements such as Mahat Tattva, the universal form that is composed of those elements, and it's being brought to life by the entrance of the Lord. So Kapila said, I will describe the different features of elements, knowing which one becomes freed from the influence of material modes, attains perfection of self-realization, cuts the knot of attachment to the material world. The characteristics of Purusha is that he is without a beginning, he is the supreme soul, he is transcendental to the material modes, he is beyond this material world, he is self-effulgent, and the entire creation is maintained by him. The Purusha's interaction with the Prakriti is such that it is just by his pastime, by his free will. It's just for the sake of pastime. But the Jiva's interaction with Prakriti is very different. What happens is, seeing various forms offered by the Prakriti, Jiva becomes bewildered by avidya. And the bewildered Jiva thinks that he is the doer of activities by false identification with Prakriti. This misconception leads to Jiva's bondage and repeated birth and death. The cause of the Jiva's actions is Prakriti, because Prakriti is the cause of the Jiva's body, his senses and the sense devatas. The cause of the results of the Jiva's action is Purusha, because the Jiva has his free choice either to serve his own senses and accept a material body or to engage in Krishna consciousness to get a spiritual body. But the Lord is the bestower of the results of the Jivas. Then Devahuti asked Kapila to describe more about the characteristics of Prakriti and Purusha. So first Pradhan was discussed. Pradhan has different characteristics. The unmanifested state is Pradhan. It is eternal. It is the aggregate of three modes. It's the cause of Prakriti, which is the manifested state of existence, and it consists of cause and effect, and it is undifferentiated, yet it has variety. It has 24 elements. That is, the product is 24 elements. What is it? 5 gross elements, 5 tanmatras, 10 senses, and 4 antakaras, which is the mind, intelligence, false ego, and chitta. These are the products of Pradhan. Now, time. Time is the 25th element. It is the instigator of fear of death in the conditioned jivas. It is the agitator of gunas and prakriti that leads to material creation. And the Lord exists internally as Paramatma and externally as time. Next is Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva is, after Prakriti is agitated by time, the Lord impregnates it with the jivas and gives birth to the effulgent Mahat Tattva. The sum total of the cosmic intelligence is also called as Hiranmaya. It consumes the darkness of dissolution through the effulgence, and it is in Sattva Guna. It is clear, sober, and it is called as Vasudeva or Chitta that manifests in Mahat Tattva. Chitta or consciousness. This is the representation of Mahat Tattva in the body of the Jiva. It is complete serenity, clarity, and freedom from distraction. Next is Ahankara, which is false ego. The Mahat Tattva transforms into Ahankara. The three types are goodness, passion, and ignorance. The presiding deity is Sankarshana. The characteristics is that it acts as the doer, as an instrument, and as an effect. Also, it acts as a serene, active, or dull as per the influence of the moods. Next is Mana, which is mind. It appears from false ego in Sattva. The characteristics are such that it has thoughts and reflections of mind that give rise to desire. The presiding deity is Aniruddha. Next is Buddhi or intelligence. It appears from false ego in Rajoguna, and the characteristics are that it helps in ascertaining the nature of the objects It helps the senses. It creates doubt, misapprehension, correct apprehension, memory, and sleep. The Indriya or the senses is the next. It appears from the false ego in Rajogun. It has two types: five action senses that depend on the vital energy, five knowledge senses that depend on the intelligence. Then we have the tanmatras and the elements. They appear from false ego in Tamogun. From sound there is ether, then touch. From air there is form. From fire then you have taste. Then you have water. From smell, then you have earth. The characteristics of the tanmatras and the five gross elements are such that sound is characterized of ether. It conveys the idea of an object. It indicates the presence of a speaker screened from our view. Then the ether, it provides space for the living entities internally and externally and acts as a base for prana, senses and mind. Touch. Tanmatra of air. Touch is the tanmatra of air. Softness, hardness, cold, heat are all distinguished attributes. The air, the characteristic is that it's moving, mixing, leading sense objects to senses and giving life to senses. Then form, the tanmatra of fire, allows understanding of dimension, quality and individuality. Fire has the characteristic of illumination, ability to cook, to digest, to destroy cold, evaporate and give rise to hunger, thirst, eating and drinking. Then taste, the tanmatra of water. Although one, taste becomes manifold as astringent, sweet, bitter, pungent, sour and salty. Water, it has the characteristic of moistening, making balls, causing satisfaction, giving life, relieving thirst, softening, extinguishing heat and being plentiful. Smell, the tanmatra of earth. Although one smell becomes many as mixed, foul, fragrant, mild, strong, acidic, according to the substance it associates. Then earth has the characteristics of sustenance for all beings, modeling of deity forms, steadiness, accommodating power, ability to make other elements perceptible, power to manifest differences in all beings. So from sound, sound is the characteristic of ether, touch for air, form for fire, taste for water and smell for earth. Since the cause exists in its effect as well, the characteristics of the former exist in the latter. So the unique quality of water is taste. It contains all the qualities up to taste, that is sound, touch, form and taste. Next, from verses 50 to 53, Karya Srishti is described. When all the elements were unmixed, the Supreme Lord entered the universe along with Kala, Karma and Gunas, and when those elements roused into activity, they united by the presence of the Lord, an unintelligent egg arose. From this, the Virat Rupa came into existence. The Virat Purusha situated himself in that golden egg which was lying on the water, and he divided it into many departments. From the gross sense organ of the Virat Purusha, the subtle sense organ was developed along with the sense Devata. So from the mouth of the Virat Purusha, speech and fire, speech which is the subtle sense organ and fire which is the Devata was produced. From the nostrils of the Virat Purusha, the olfactory sense and wind god were produced. From the eyes, the sense of sight and sun god came into existence. From the ears, the auditory sense and the Dik Devatas came into existence. From the skin, sense of touch and the herbs and the Devatas for the skin came into existence. From the genitals, semen and the deity of waters came into existence. From the anus, organs of defection and death came into existence. From the hands, the power of grasping and dropping things, and Lord Indra came into existence. From the legs of the Virat Purusha, the process of involvement, and Lord Vishnu, who is the sense Devata, came into existence. From the veins of the Virat Purusha, blood came into existence, and the sense Devata is the rivers, the deities presiding over the veins. From the abdomen, the feelings of hunger and thirst got aroused, and the presiding deity is Samudra, or the ocean god. And from the heart of the Virat Purusha, mind, intelligence, false ego, and consciousness came into existence, and they are predominated by Chandra, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vasudeva, respectively. Then these devatas, they wanted to wake up the Virat Purusha, but upon failing to do so, they re-entered the respective apertures of the Virat Rupa along with the subtle sense, one after the other, to wake up the Virat Rupa. But they were unsuccessful. For example, the fire god entered his mouth along with organ of speech, but still the Virat Purusha would not wake up. However, when Vasudeva entered the heart along with the Chitta, the Virat Rupa rose up from water. The pranas, mind and intelligence cannot wake up a sleeping individual without the intervention of the super soul. So therefore, only when Vasudeva entered the heart along with the Chitta, the Virat Rupa rose from water. The entire goal of explaining the analysis of elements is to contemplate on the super soul through devotion, detachment, and spiritual knowledge. This completes the summary of Canto 3, Chapter 26, Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Hare Krishna.